Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Lance Knaub from Denali Consulting and the 4% Breakthrough Communities. Thank you for joining today during your lunchtime. I am so excited to be here today with Justin, JD, the author, Reeves, and his story is absolutely out of this world, incredible. JD, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Listen, you've come so far in your life and your, journey, your entrepreneurial journey, and so many exciting things are happening right now, and we're going to get to all those. But it hasn't been all sunshine and roses for you, for sure. Tell us about your childhood and give us a glimpse of some of the extreme challenges that you've overcome to get this far.
Um, Hi, everybody. I'm Justin JD, the author. Let's start out. I was born. Um, I was in foster care, and after there, pardon me about that. I'm sorry. It was the kids. But yeah, from there, I went from foster care. I was from home to home. I dealt with abuse, different levels of abuse, and from there, I was adopted. I've been in the streets, in and out of jail, pretty much my whole life. Um, Now, basically, I came through a homeless shelter with my kids. I ended up losing my housing and coming through a homeless shelter with my kids, and I started writing, and ever since then, people have been reaching out to me for interviews and reaching out to me for things.
So powerful. And, I think we might have missed the very beginning. I mean, tell us about your, whether or not with your parents, your relationship with your parents. I think we got interrupted. I want to make
Oh
sure we
yeah,
heard that.
I think my connection. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
Yeah, like I said, I was born a crack baby, straight into foster care. I never got to meet my mother or my father, my birth mother or my father. I never seen their face a day in my life. Um, and growing up, that was one of the hardest things. Even though I actually got adopted eventually. By the time I was adopted, the damage was done. I was too far gone. I was way past being saved, if you could say, because my mind was made up.
What age were you adopted?
I was adopted at 10 or 10 and a half.
And I know you mentioned, when you and I have talked that you observed your first murder at age 9,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, I did. I actually talk about that in the book. Uh, 9 was the year I really like. I seen a lot of things before that, but like 9 was the age that I really like was outside, and I was playing one day and I seen someone get killed when we was at the basketball court. Me and one of my friends over an argument. That was the age I also started smoking weed. So nine was a crazy age for me.
Yeah. I guess the first thing I wanted to ask you is, with all this, trauma and pain, but yet to come to the point where you are now and be so strong and developed, what's your process for healing? You know, how have you worked through some of this pain and trauma?
By finding myself, that was the number one thing. I had to find myself. I had to learn to love myself before anything. Before I could even write a word. Like I battled so many demons. I battled so many different mental health things, from depression to anxiety, PTSD. So the process of healing is really just learning myself, starting to love myself, appreciate myself, appreciate the things I went through, appreciate the fact that I'm still alive.
I love that. That's awesome. You and I'm really, humbled by the opportunity to have gotten to know you and to, work side by side with you and support you on your entrepreneurial journey. We have a mutual friend, Matt Macon, who was my editor and is now your editor in this writing process. We definitely have to give Matt a big shout out.
Matt,
He's definitely the man. We just talked last night, and Matt and I, we actually went to self-publishing schools, first in-person conference in Austin in 2019. And, I definitely have a lot to thank self-publishing school. And how about you? How did you decide whether you're going to self-publish or, what, or are you using a traditional publisher? Which way are you
Uh,
going with your book?
the decision for me was to self-publish. I looked at people like Nipsey Hussle who built their own path and by taking the stairs and taking the long route and doing things their way, and that was a big thing. I couldn't come this far for somebody to shelve my story for 2 years, or somebody to tell me how good my story can be or how far I could go, how much time they're gonna put into it. So I know with self-publishing, nobody's gonna work the ground and nobody's gonna put in the work. I'm gonna put in the work. Nobody knows my story like I know my story. Nobody cares about my story the way I care about it. Nobody's gonna tell it the way. So yeah, that was it.
Okay, great. While we're getting your back, let me get you
I'm
back
so
up.
sorry. My connection is
That's
not.
okay. Let's wait for your image to come back. What I was going to ask you about, JD, is once we get your image back up, I want to know what inspired you to begin writing a book. And I want you to share with us how your book process helps other people get out of the streets and have transformations like you've been able to accomplish. So let's get your
Is it
image
back?
back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, we just can't see you.
Okay. I don't. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Let me see.
That's okay.
There
There
we
you
go.
go. You're back.
All right, there we go. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Connection is going crazy today. But what got me into writing was there was no other avenues for me. There was no other avenues for me. So I had nowhere to turn to. So writing was the only way I could express myself. And I really had nobody to listen to me. So I used to just write my ideas, write how I felt. I began writing at 15. That was the first time I started. I started with speeches when I was actually locked up in the juvenile detention center. I started with speeches, and I actually won first place for my speech, and then I just kept writing. I just kept feeling therapeutic to me. It was very therapeutic. It was very. It keep like I went from always being angry to now like when I write, I feel a little bit at ease. I felt a little bit better. I felt a little bit better. So I did it through the years, and I've always wanted to write a book. At the 15, I was like, I'm gonna write a book. I was 15 years old. I said, I'm gonna do it. And then from there, I didn't get it. I didn't get it done. Of course, I didn't get it done. Ended up back in the streets. Then another point in my life, possibly around 2012, I had to be about 20 years old. I was going through a lot at that time. Basically, I was living in a hotel with my kids, and I wanted to write again. I was going through a lot. I was fighting. I was fighting a couple charges, and I didn't have really nobody. I had internal conflicts with people very close to me, and it was my life was a mess, and I just was like, oh, let me just write about it, and I sat down to do it and didn't get it done again, and I couldn't get it done. Then last year when the pandemic hit was when I was really going through it. I had just broken up with an ex, and I was really going through it. Then the pandemic hit, and then from there, I didn't have nowhere to go. I feel like I was about to lose my mind. I just want to rip everything. I want to punch every wall. I was at a hopeless place. I was ready to give up, and from there, I just wrote. I just sat down. I played some music one night. I was crying. I was really in my feelings, and I just I felt like giving up. But then I just went to what I know, and it's like something came over me, and I just wanted to get everything out. So I just wrote everything out, and then I write my first piece. It was called "I Am Not Okay, But I Will Be," and then I just put it online, and it just started getting great feedback. It started getting great feedback, and then from there it just became a thing, and the light bulb went off for me, and I felt like I found my purpose, and this is what I was supposed to be doing.
No, I love that. And I can relate to writing, I kind of discovered journaling about 5 or 6 years ago. And similarly, it's been very self-healing and very therapeutic. And certainly, going through the book process myself with the 4% breakthrough was very, powerful for me. And, so that's awesome that you've been able to utilize that power. Just want to say hi to some of the people giving us comments. Please, any questions you have, any comments, we appreciate the encouragement. Christina Kelly, Cliff, what's up? I'm not going to, hopefully I'm not butchering your name. Naisha Jones, thanks for joining, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So JD, you mentioned your family and your boys. So
Yeah.
I know some of the, so important to you. So tell us a little bit about your family and how they inspire you with the book and your entrepreneurial, ventures. And also right now as a single father of three and with a new business and launching a book, how do balance all this and kind of avoid overwhelm?
Well, that's the key, right? To not be overwhelmed. How do I balance? To be honest with you, I'm still learning, but a couple techniques. I try to schedule it. I try to schedule everything to the point because I from one minute I'm writing or it's an interview or I'm emailing. I got to promote on social media. I also got to run my company. I got to be a father. I got a football coach, community work. So it's always something going on for me to do. And the way I found balance is okay. That's all. I want to watch this movie. See the balance. Daddy, I want to watch the Kevin movie. Okay, baby, we're gonna go to the movies later. Okay. Daddy, I want to watch the Kevin. This. All right, I love you. I love you. I want to watch this movie. Okay, we watch it later. I love you. Okay. Watch TV. You can have my water too. See, that's what I'm saying. Finding the balance is something I'm still working on, and it's something that I have not mastered, but I'm working on.
No, that's a real life example of the juggling that's required as a parent, and especially a parent during a pandemic. And as an entrepreneurial parent, right, the demands are often round the clock. It's not always as easy to sort of punch out, right?
Nah, for me there is no clock out. Like I probably sleep 3 hours a day at most because I'm always got something to do. I don't complain about it though because I actually like to take on the challenge of it. And like even the days, it feel like sometimes too much because it's like, oh, I got to do this and that and that. I have like 10 things at one time to do that has to be done in an hour. Like I might have to do something for you. I might have to do something for this person, that person, and then the kids is daddy, daddy, daddy. That each one of them need their own thing, and then I start to do the stuff for Justin. So it's like, how do I get it? And I just listen. I just really just take my time and focus on it one thing at a time and I try to get as much done as I can. And sometimes I fall short. I fall short a lot. And when you fall short, you feel a little worthless. Sometimes you feel like, man, I'm not good enough, man. I'm not strong enough for this. But then that other side kick in. You got to remember, you're doing a lot, and you're doing a good job at it. So you always got to look at the journey you came. Sometimes we get stuck looking at how far we got to go. We forget to look at how far we came, and that's one of the things I have to remind myself that you came such a far way that it's okay. Just breathe. Look at the journey. Appreciate it. Just take it one step at a time, and then eventually you're gonna get there. Just take it one step at a time. Slow it down. Just one task at a time. Okay, there's one task, and then there's next task, and there's next task, and then you feel like you also put a little bit of procrastination to our days, and so me trying to remove those bad habits and get the bad habits out the way is also inside my day.
Well, I know we've been working on your schedule, and I know your work ethic is off the charts, right? And we definitely have to work on 3 hours of sleep for more. It's easy, for myself, that's really my passion, help entrepreneurs stay healthy while they create healthy businesses and protect their health and have healthy lives. So, 3 hours is not recommended and not sustainable. So we're going to continue to work on that. However, on the positive side, I mean, I've seen it myself right now that we've been working together for a few weeks. I mean, you are totally 100, 1000% committed, and you're going to do whatever it takes to support your family and to get your message out right now of helping other people, get out of the streets. So, Tell us a couple of the highlights from the book, some of the core messages that you really want to share with everybody today.
A lot of the core message, number one is that no matter what I've been through, I never made an excuse for myself. I never felt sorry for myself. That's the number one thing. I never felt sorry for myself. I never made an excuse. When life threw something at me, I figured out a way to get it done. I figured out a way to keep going. I figured out a way. I found a way, regardless of what. When there wasn't one, I made a way. So that's one of the core things. Um, Another core thing you're gonna get in the book is to not give up. To not give up. I know it sound cliche, but it's really true. Don't give up. You never know. Like look at me now. But about a month ago, nobody was even really checking for me. Nobody was even caring. Now I got all sorts of people trying to talk to me, and all sorts of people. And it's only just beginning, and the book ain't even out yet. So it's just don't give up, because you never know when your breakthrough coming. And it's a few more surprises in there. You're gonna learn a lot about my life. The people that know me gonna learn. There's people that know me a long time that's gonna find out things they never even knew about me. You're going to see me go through the trials. You're going to see me go through things that was sometimes you would think is unimaginable. That I shouldn't even be alive. I don't even know how I made it through. I don't even know, but I still made it, and I did it, and I'm doing it
Can you
with a
tell us one of
smile.
those stories? Yeah,
Oh
tell
yeah,
us one
oh
of
yeah.
those stories you don't think we can handle. And the Pretty Marie Gang also
Oh,
just asked if you've ever come in contact with your parents, or if you're willing to speak about that.
no, I have not ever came in contact with my parents. What to my knowledge, they're both passed. So I've never got to meet them. I was told I had 18 brothers and sisters. I never got to meet none of them. Probably I met them when I was a child, but nothing I could remember about them. So I haven't met them. I want to meet. I would wish I could. I just want to see a picture of my mother. That would give me a lot of closure in my life, to be able to just see a picture of her, to know what she looks like, so I can match the name. I found her name out when I was also 15. So just to put a picture to her and her name and put that all together, just to see it, will be a wonderful thing. So hopefully one day we can all take a journey. I could take a journey with me, and we could find these things out together. And the question you asked was one of
Maybe
the stories.
share.
Okay,
Yeah.
one of the stories was, let's see, I can give y'all one. Well, hmm, which one should I give y'all? It's pretty good, pretty good. All right. One of the stories was one of the times when I was going through foster care, and I was in the home. I was in this home where the sister was sexually abusing me. The older sister, 16-year-old. I had to be about 8 at the time. I'm probably like 7.5, 8 years old. She was sexually abusing me. The mother, she used to beat me, like, with this rod thing for everything. Like, she didn't really feed me well, and getting through that situation really, really, really what sent me to the streets, because she had a son who used to take me around with him sometimes when he came home from jail, and he exposed me to a lot of things. Like, I seen a lot of things I wasn't supposed to see with him. So you're gonna learn in this book that, like, not to judge, and don't judge what you don't know. For people that seen people in the streets, they don't always know the story. They just think people want to be out there. You know, you want to be out there. They think about that, and they think people want to be in the streets. And there's a lot of people who was forced to be out there. And you're also going to hear about a time when I was in high school and I tried to kill myself. That's a major story, because I was young and I still had a lot of life to live left to live. And I was probably, I had to be about 14 at the time. I was 14. This was before actually I went back in. So I was 14. I was a freshman in high school, and I had just me and my adopted father used to argue and fight a lot. Some of it because of me, I was a hard headed child, and some of it was just we just didn't get along. And one of the times we got in a fight, I was just fed up with life, and I just wanted to end my life and kill myself. So I took the gun, I loaded it, I put it to my head, and then I just, like, a cold feeling came over me, and I don't staring at it. I'm just me and the gun are just having a staring match, and it just and I was just like, I'm sick of it. I'm ready to end it all. And when I went to click it, I pulled it. It clicked. It clicked. I know I cocked it back. I know I did it, but it just clicked. The gun did not go off. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But after that, I just put it. It didn't go off. I just put it up. I cried. I cried. I cried. And from there, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. And if I would have did it then, I wouldn't be exactly where I'm at today. I wouldn't have had these beautiful kids that I got. So I'm actually glad that I'm still alive. So it's learning to live in the moment.
Well, JD, you are definitely meant to be here with us and sharing all your beauty and all your passion. Why don't you, along those lines, let's talk about some of the really fun things and you have going on right now. Let's start with the T-shirt, and then maybe you could tell us a little bit about your business, and then I definitely want to get into the book launch and anything you need from us.
Okay, definitely. The t-shirts are basically we got a question in there, but should I answer that question?
Yeah, go for it.
What was it? Can you read it to me?
Sure. Oh, there we go. What do you can see it. What do you think became your most defining moment, the moment you knew things had to change?
Uh, well, I would say it was last year because I've always had one foot out of the streets. So I've always had one foot in, one foot out the streets, and it gets to a point where you just get tired, right? You get tired of all the same things. I've always wanted more. Even when I was in the streets, I've always wanted to do more. I knew I was supposed to do more. I just didn't know what I was supposed to do, but I knew I was more than this. I know I'm more than this guy that's just selling drugs or whatever I was doing at this moment. I know I'm more than that. So my defining moment came last year when I was just well, I could really say this year when my brother killed himself. That's morely it. That was it. When he killed himself, that was morely my defining moment than anything because losing him and him taking his own life and everything that could have went good for us and all the plans we had together, everything we wanted to do together was cut short because he couldn't see past the moment and all the demons he was battling. And I wasn't there for him. So I tend to blame myself a lot for that. If you read in my blog on my website, I blamed myself. I blame myself for that. And when my brother T Mac killed himself, it took over. It took a large part of me. Like I went back into a deep depression. I got to the point I didn't even want to wake up in the morning. I didn't the world stopped. Death usually don't affect me. But like with his death, it did something to me because this was my best friend. I want to say he's my brother because he was really my best friend. We've been friends for more than really half my life since I was in high school. And losing him, once I lost him, I just felt like giving up. But then one day, like I would vent to him. I would vent. I would get mad. I would vent. Like, why you did this, bro? Why you did this? Why? And boy, talking to him, I started hearing the stuff I was saying. I started hearing the things like, you could have did this, you could have did that. So I started basically taking my own advice. And I learned, and I started wanting more in life. I started appreciating life. I started appreciating everything about my life. I started just being thankful for my eyes being open. Just when I wake up in the morning, I always say thank you for waking me up now because I appreciate the small things. So that was my defining moment was my brother killing himself, excuse me.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Great question. Thank you so much, Christina. So tell us about the T-shirts. I'm
Oh yeah,
excited
the
to hear. Yeah.
T-shirt is in honor. That was a good thing. In honor of my brother, him killing himself. I wish somebody would have told him that someone loved him. He had a lot of love. He had a lot of love out here that he don't even know how much he's missed. So I feel like spreading the love and just knowing, and just basically knowing that somebody loves you can help you through your day. Just to see that, just to remember that oh they do love me. That I feel like that's a powerful thing to know. Because sometimes you could feel like alone, right? A lot of people feel alone in the world. Sometimes they feel like you can have a lot of people and still feel alone. So just because what you're going through is so strong, but sometimes you gotta turn to them people and you gotta understand that they do love you, and sometimes the way they might be hard on you is because they actually do love you, and it's not, and they don't, it's because they care. So
And I know
that's the
you're
purpose of the shirt. And then the
yeah, I know you're
PTSD, of
focused
course, is
on.
oh, excuse me. The PTSD is of course for the book.
Okay, nice.
Post
Well, I was going
traumatic
to
stress
ask,
disorder.
how can we get the T-shirts and you I know you've got a connection for suicide, prevention and awareness, right? Tell
Yeah, yeah,
us.
yeah. Some of the proceeds will be going to suicide prevention. So they can go online at www.jdtheauthor.com to order. to order the t-shirts, you could order it, or you could inbox me directly if you're in the tri-state area. I will deliver it. Well, not tri-state area, excuse me. If you're in New York City, that tri-state area it spans a lot. So if you're in New York City, I will definitely deliver it to you
That's an amazing offer. Wow. Personal delivery.
for free.
Incredible.
For free, no extra charge, no nothing.
No, that's great. So, yeah, before we talk about how everybody can get in contact with you and everything else, maybe yeah, tell us a little bit about the book launch. Anything you want to share about that, and then definitely anything that you really want to make sure that we took away today, any key takeaway, and all the ways we can get in touch with you and support you.
Okay, with the book launch, I'm looking for people to join my launch team. We're at to almost 100 members, maybe. Um, if you're gonna gain early access to the book and possibly more giveaways. There's gonna be giveaways. So if you want to join my launch team, you're more than pleased. You can sign up at www.jdtheauthor.com or DM me on Instagram or Facebook. The Instagram is underscore JD the author. Facebook is Justin the author. Yeah, you could just DM me, and we're gonna put this launch team together and take this book to number one.
Awesome. I know you're going to be bestseller. When's it going to launch? When can we?
The book is launching in September. The date will drop with the promo video. I got a special promo video for the people. It's gonna drop and it's gonna be wonderful.
Okay, so
We're working
sometime in
hard on it.
September, we'll be looking forward to that. So yeah, what would be if you had to really kind of boil things down to like one or two big messages, you want to kind of give us a highlight and really
My
hammer it home for us?
Yeah, my message to the people is no matter what you're going through, no matter what life may throw at you, that to keep fighting, keep fighting. I know at times things may seem hard. I know you looking for motivation. I know there's single parents out there that's feeling like they're on their last hope, that they don't know what to do. You may have something you want to accomplish. You may have something you want to do. Just go for it. Whatever it is you want out of life, go for it. You get one life. You don't get another one. There's no rewinds. No, only ain't nothing worse than wasted time. So whatever you want in life, go for it. Don't give up. Fight for it. Believe. You got to believe harder than anybody else believe. I believe in myself more than anybody else probably believe in me, and that's the only reason why I'm shining right now. And I get to be this light for everybody because I believe that I could be the light for people. I had to see the light in myself so other people could see the light in me. So just don't give up. Just keep going. That'd be my message.
Thank you. I mean, your message is so powerful, and as I've said to you in person and on socials, I mean, you are a real, true life superhero, and it's an honor to know you and to support you and work together with you. So I'm excited about the book launch. I'm excited about the t-shirts. I'm excited about everything that you have going on.
I just had another interview drop today too on YouTube, so please go check it out. I will have it on social media soon. I just had
Congrats.
another interview drop. Me and my son actually did it. I got a lot of interview requests coming, so it's a lot. And then I'll be having public speaking engagements coming up soon, very soon. So watch out for the dates. If you're in the New York City area, watch out for the dates.
And
And
if anyone's interested in having JD speak, he's starting to do some keynote speaking and some motivational speaking. So one last time, give us the best ways for everyone to reach out with you, connect with you, be part of your whole world.
you can go to the website www.jdtheauthor.com. Subscribe, message me. I will respond to. I try to respond back to everybody. I will. It might not be right then and there, but I will get back to you. You could go to Instagram underscore JD the author. You can go to Facebook Justin the author. I
Awesome.
will be on. I'm gonna have a YouTube. The YouTube will be up soon. TikTok is coming soon. It's gonna be many ways to contact me.
That's awesome. We're definitely going to keep in touch. And for everybody watching today live and the recording, please subscribe to Denali's YouTube channel. And if anyone's interested in some support, the 4% Breakthrough is a small but committed, army of entrepreneurs and leaders. So feel free to join that. There's
By
going
the
to
way,
be
here go the book right here.
Oh, wow.
It's great. It was a great read. It was great. It's so much knowledge in here, man. It's
Oh,
so
thanks,
much knowledge.
JD. Thanks.
Listen,
Appreciate that. So
hell
that's,
of a book. Hell of a book. If
oh, thank
anybody
you.
is trying to help their business, I suggest you go download that book right now or order that book on Amazon right now. I promise you, it's gonna level you up. Cause look at me, it's leveling me up, and it's
Oh,
only
wow.
because of
That's,
this man right here. I
thank
am.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, brother. Listen, it's been awesome talking to you today. So much fun. We're going to keep in touch. Everybody else is going to keep in touch with you. So keep doing great things, my friend. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thanks.